What's up, everyone? I did a video like this early on in my APBA football playing, probably about 3 months ago, 4 months ago, whatever it was, back in May. And I figured I would do another one, but this time I'm going to do it using the 1958 Baltimore Colts team that I have, and I'm going to build my play sheet, which looks a lot like this. Here's the 1958 Cleveland Browns one. So I've got my starting lineups, my offense and my defense. I've got my receiver columns. What do you call it? Your locator columns. I've got my running backs, my sacks, and my interceptions. I'm gonna try to build the same thing here. I'm gonna show you how I do it, give you an idea how I use Excel to do it, and what it ends up looking like. And then the reason I'm gonna do another one is because number one, I haven't done one in a while, and maybe people want to see it. And number two, it's gonna be interesting to see how these cards here work out compared to the 1989 set I had, where in 1989 everybody just plays one side of the ball, but here you really have to build a lineup. So I just opened up my 1958. I haven't opened this one yet, the Baltimore Colts, and you've got players on here that I recognize, like Alan Amici and Raymond Berry. One thing about this team that amazed me was they have Raymond Berry on one side, and I believe the other side is, where's he at? Where are you at? There he is, Lenny Moore. So they've got Alan Amici. Oh, he's a fullback. I was thinking he was a wide receiver, but they've got Alan Amici. No, it's not Alan Amici. It's Raymond Berry. There he is. We've got Lenny Moore on one side and Raymond Berry on the other side. They're both fives. That is a pretty amazing set of wide receivers right there. Some of the other people in this set that made me laugh were some of the guys that go both ways. Like this guy here. This is your punter. Oh, it's Ray Brown. He's your punter. He's also a backup quarterback, a backup halfback. He's your starting strong safety or free safety, and he's also a W12. So that dude intercepts passes. So he punts to the other team, and then he goes and gets the ball back for his offense. It's pretty impressive with some of these players that play these multiple positions. There were a couple others in here that I liked. Of course, you've got the man, the myth, the legend, Art Donovan. He's a tackle. He's a defensive tackle 5. He was always good. I never saw him play, but he was hilarious on Letterman. Then you've got guys like this, Donald Joyce, right? He's a tackle 3, and he's a defensive end or defensive tackle 3. I mean, it's unbelievable. There's another guy, and here's the other guy that I like, Gino Marchetti. Now I've heard of Gino Marchetti. He's a tackle 3, offensive. He's also a defensive end 5. And look at that sack number, QS 13. I don't know if there's a number that high anywhere in 1989 on any card. So got a lot of good players in here. It's gonna be kind of a lot of fun to go through this. And I'm gonna go ahead and set up. Oh, one more that made me laugh when I was looking through it earlier. You've got Albert. Is it Rekachar, something like that. He is a tight end 2, a strong safety cornerback or offense outside linebacker 2. He's also the backup kicker, the third string kick returner, the kickoff guy, the second string punt returner, and he also has a QS2. So like this guy's making plays all over the place. It's amazing to me what these players did in 1958, and I'm sure right around the 40s, 50s, that whole time period. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through first. I'm going to sort out the cards by position. The hard part is going to be determining these guys that play both ways, what position to put them at. You know, if not both, I'm just going to kind of the guys that play both ways. I'm going to move off to the side over there, and the rest of them I'm going to try to sort properly. So let's see, both ways. I mean, this guy here. Oh, that's Joyce that I showed you earlier. Defensive tackle. Some of these guys are so good. He plays both ways. Receiver, tight end. He's your kickoff guy and your kicker. Defensive back, both ways. But I mean, this guy here's a fullback 1, so he's never gonna see the field in the starting lineup. But I'm gonna put him over in the plays both ways anyway, just in case. Let's see that one. The plays both ways is gonna be half the team. It's unbelievable. There's your first offensive lineman that only plays one side of the ball. Like everybody probably thought he was a wimp. So then I was sitting here going through this team earlier, and I'm like, okay, who's their quarterback? I never heard of George Shaw. Who's the Baltimore quarterback? And it kind of was puzzling to me for a few seconds, and then reality kind of punched me in the face. because I got to see both ways. What is this quarterback? I got to the last card in the set alphabetically, and that was a guy that you've probably heard of named Johnny Unitas. So that's going to be your starting quarterback. All right, so let's try to make a lineup here. Let's start with the offensive line. So I've got two guys that only play on the offensive line. So let's go through the rest of these and look. We've got a guard 4, a center 2, a tackle 3, guard 2, a tackle 2, a tackle 5, a center. All right, so most of these guys. I mean, I got a guard 1 here. I'm not going to deal with him. Marquette's a 3, another 3. So it's just hilarious how many players. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a tackle 5. Any 4s? Any 4s? Yes, there's your guard 4. So we got the left side of the line of scrimmage. We need a center. Here's a center 3. I'm not pushing keys. Okay, a center 3. Let's see. We got a tackle 3. We need a guard. Let's take one of these guys that only play one side of the ball. I was going to take Marchetti, but he plays defensive end 5 on the defense. He's probably tired a lot, so let's get rid of him. And let's take these guys. I'll move those guys back into the plays both ways. Move him off to the side. Give me Marchetti. This is not the best way to do this. I should be doing this at my bigger table. In fact, I think my camera just went blurry, or my eyes are bad, one or the other. Let's see. So these guys both play both ways. All right, so we've got our offensive line right here. We got our 5 guys. So let's type them in. So we're going to start with, let's see. Start with George. Just writing my glasses back on. George Prius, or Priaz. He is a tackle 3. And we've got Alex Sandusky. We've got Madison Monroe Buzz Hunter, or Buzz Nutter. So let's see. I'm going to call him Madison Nutter. Madison Nutter is a great name. He is a 3 on the center. He's also an outside linebacker 3. I got to remember that when I'm doing that. We got Art Spinney. He is a guard 4. And we've got Jim Parker, who is a tackle 5. Oops. Okay, so there's your offensive line. Let's look at our. We know our quarterback's going to be Unitas. Let's get him in there. Whoops, not United. He's not an airline. John Unitas, and he's a 4. Not Unite. Oh man, I gotta get that right. Unitas. We'll put him there. All right. Then we're gonna look at our receivers. Let's see. We've got. Well, we know it's gonna be Lenny Moore and Raymond Berry. I mean, that must have been so much fun to watch. I hope they pass a lot. I hope they're not a 70% running team like the Browns were. We've got Raymond Berry. Okay, we've got those 2 guys. And then we've got some other we need a tight end here. So let's see. Halfback, fullback. So we've got this Muscheller tight end possibility. Any of these guys play tight end? Whoops. Let's do that again. Tackle, center. We got an ET2. ET2. All right, so this is going to be our tight end. Jim something or other with a really long name. Mutskeller. We'll go with that. Mutskeller. Mutscheller. Something like that. He's a 3. Okay, so put him over there. And now we need our halfback and our fullback. We know it's going to be Alan Amici definitely is our fullback. We need a halfback. Looks like it's going to be Louis Dupree. So Alan Amici. And he's a 5. And Louis Dupree. And I really don't particularly care which of the running backs are starting as long as I get like the highest rating I can get in there for the team. That's all I really care about is the highest rating. So let's go through these now and let's find all the receivers. And that's going to be all the guys that have a receiver rating right there, pass receiving rating. Anybody that has a number, I'm going to put all of them in. None of those guys. What these guys? Nope. These two-way players. Any of them? Okay, we got a C4. We got a C3. There's a lot. They got a lot of receivers. Holy cow, they have a lot. And then what do we got here? This should be our backups. Wait, did I not put in Art Donovan? Oh, I didn't put Art Donovan in. Why did I do that? Oh, he's a defensive tackle. That's why. Not an offensive tackle. All right. So we've got everybody here. So let's type these people in. Now I'm going to have to really, really expand this. So let's see. I did this for the Browns because they didn't have very many receivers. So let's kind of move some of this stuff out of the way for now. We'll put interceptions back over here. We'll move this stuff down. Excel's a bit of a pain when it comes to moving things because it wants to do that, but that's okay. And then we'll just put borders around all of these. No, where's my borders? Borders, I guess I gotta go formatting. I know it's up there somewhere, I just don't see it. Format, cells, borders, outline, inside, boom. Whoops. All right, and then we'll combine these. I should have clicked that, yeah. Whoops. Combine these. I hope this is enough. I'm not sure if it is. Here we go. And again, I never care about the order that they're in. But in this case, I am going to put the two receivers at the top. I think it's really fun to play with receivers that good. So we're going to go Raymond Berry. Whoops. I can't type today. He is an A8. All right. Then we're going to go Balitmore. He is an A7. Then we've got Art DiCarlo, who is a 2-rated receiver, tight end, and cornerback, or he's actually a cornerback 3, so he'll be starting on the defense probably. Then we've got Lenny, 2 Lennys. Wow, Lenny Lyles. Must have been a common name back then. He's a C3. Do we have any Bs on this team? We got Bill Pellington. He's a C3. I love this. This guy, Bill Pellington, he is a C3 W8 QS2. That dude's all over the field. I love it. And I wish I could have seen these guys play. Bert, R-E-C, Rekichar, the guy I was talking about earlier. He's a C4. Then we've got Jim Mutskeller. He is an A/B4. Okay, so he's the tight end. He's a good receiver. Then we got Billy Pricer. He's a C3. Then we've got Dupree, our starting halfback. Whoops, 1E. And he is a C3. We've got Jack Call. He's a C2. And lastly, we've got Alan Amici. I believe, and I think I said this in my unboxing video, isn't he the guy that scored the touchdown in the coldest game of all time? I thought he was. All right, so let's add them up. So we don't need these. That's good. So format. Get rid of the borders. Then we'll add a border to the bottom. All right, so that's all set up. So let's go ahead and get our running backs. In order to do the running backs, again, they don't have grades on their columns. They only have I generally go by what do you call it? Number of carries throughout the season. So I was Googling the helmet earlier. So then we'll go statistics. Right, and then we'll go to here. And we'll look at their running backs. Make this a little smaller and move it over. I think when I did this the first time, I moved something and you couldn't see it very well. I want to see their statistics. How do I find their stats? Is that it? Yeah, there we go. All right, so what we're going to do here is I'm just going to move this off to the side. You guys don't need to see the attempts. All right, so they had 456 rushes and they had 354 passes. So they did run more than they pass. Let's move some of these guys in here. So who had all the carries? So Alan Amici had 171. Wow, they had a lot of guys run the ball. Then they had Louis Dupree. It says LG Dupree on the Pro Football Reference, so maybe that's what he went by. Then you got Lenny Moore. Wow, okay, he's a receiver. Carried the ball 82 times. Then you've got Jack Call, who carried the ball 37 times. You've got Johnny Unitas, who carried. I'm not going to put him in, and then I'll put Lenny Lyles in, because I think the card should take care of his scrambles. So if we look at the card, let's see. Well, I see a 27. Wow, I only see 27, no 26s. So there's only one roll of 43 that would get him scrambling. I doubt I'm going to roll that many times. So let's go ahead and put Johnny Unitas in too. So we'll put Johnny Unitas in. And he had how many? 33. So that's about almost 3 per game. Boom. So format. And then we'll put Lenny Lyles. He had 22. And I'm not going to put the guy in that had 10. The guys with 10, 5, or 1, I'm not going to worry about them. So, okay, we've got that in there. That's good. All right, so we've got all the offensive stuff in there. Now let's look at the defense. I need to go back and make sure I get, like, this guy Parker. Here's a guy that plays both ways. Nutter plays both ways. This guy plays both ways. Cornerback, cornerback, cornerback. And that's it. Okay. So now let's look at all of our defense. Let's start with our defensive line. And let's see here. We've got an end. We've got an end. So we've got tackles. So that means they play a 4-3. So we've got another end. Okay, he's not. Well, he could play. Let's see. This guy could play tackle. So strong safety, outside line. There's a tackle 1. He's not going to play. All right. And then are we good here? What else do we have? We need another tackle. There's another end. There's another end. There's a tackle 3. So it looks like this Jim Parker may end up playing both ways. Pretty impressive. In fact, do I only have 4? I think I only have 4 defensive linemen for them. That's kind of strange. But that's okay. Let's throw them in there. So we're going to go, yep, we're going to do exactly like this. So we're going to go on one end. We'll go, let's see. Oh, he's going to be a tackle, so we'll do that. Let's minimize this so I can see myself. There we go. All right, so we got Gino Marchetti on one end. So Gino Marchetti is going to play both sides of the ball. And then he is a 5. And then in the sack rating, he has a QS 13. That is unbelievable. I wonder how they estimated sacks back then, because I know it wasn't a kept statistic. Jim Parker is a 3. He has nothing. Joyce. Donald Joyce. Oh, he's a defensive tackle. Cannot type. Donald Joyce is a 3-3. Oh, actually, he's a 2-4. So he's terrible against the pass, but he's better against the run. And we got another guy, same way. This Ordell Brass. He's a 3-2. I'll show you what that looks like. So you can see on this side of the card, he's got that V3-2. So that means he's a 3, but if you're going to play the master game, I think that's the master game, he's a 3 against pass and 2 against the run. So he'll make up a little bit for the fact that Donald Joyce isn't very good against the pass. Then we got to look at our linebackers. We need 3. Let's look for 3s or 4s or higher. There's a 3. Oh, we don't have very many of them. What do we got here? All right, here we go. We got a 4. We got a 3. And that's all I have. I have literally 3 linebackers. Now, some of them are probably 2s and 1s, and that's why I didn't bring them out. But so we're going to go. Middle linebacker is going to be this guy. Oh, that can't be that guy. Wow, do I not have a better middle linebacker? I need a middle linebacker. That guy's an outside linebacker 4 and an ML middle linebacker 3. I'd hate to use him at middle linebacker because I don't have another one. That's interesting. There we go. See, he's a 2. So I'm going to be losing. Either way. Can't be any of those guys. It's not going to be any of these guys. Oh, man. I wonder if that's weird. Am I missing a card somewhere? I know one of our offensive players could have played middle linebacker or maybe it was outside linebacker. Lyles. Yeah, there's an outside linebacker too. So I only have 2 middle linebackers. So I either play this guy at outside linebacker 4 and I lose 2 points that way, or I put him there. Oh, he could play outside. I'm sorry. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that works. Oh no, he's still a 3. That's what we're gonna have to do. That's really strange. I don't know. Usually this game usually comes set up so you can play the best players at their best positions. But in this case, we have to put him at middle linebacker 3 instead of outside linebacker 4 because we don't have another middle linebacker 3 or another linebacker to make up for it. So we're gonna have to do this. Boy, that is weird. I maybe there's an injury or something. That is very strange. So this is Bill Pellington, and he is a middle linebacker 3, and he's also a W8 and a QS quarterback sack 2. So Pellington, and then you've got he's off. I don't know where to put him. I got 17,000 stacks over here. Then you've got Buzz Nutter, aka Madison Nutter. He's a 3. And then you've got Leo Sanford. He's a 3. Nutter didn't have any other stats, but Sanford does. He's a W4. And a QS2. Okay. Now let's look at all the other players that... Oh, I need the defensive backs. They had a couple good ones here. So I got a cornerback 3, cornerback 4, strong safety. So I can use a cornerback. There's a 3. What else we got here? Oh, strong safety 4. So who are we getting rid of? That's a W10. We're definitely going to use him. Anything else? Anything I'm missing here? This is the hard part of doing this, is dealing with the fact that you got players on both sides of the ball. So I think, these guys don't. So I think I'm good with these 4. It's a really good defensive backfield. So you got, let's see, cornerback, this guy, and he's a free safety, strong safety. There we go. So we're going to go Milt Davis. The name's back in the 50s. I love it. Nobody's called Milt anymore. He's a W6. I really hope he intercepts a pass so I can yell out Milt. You got Andrew Bones Nelson. He's a cornerback 4. He is a W11. Holy cow. You got, their defense. Holy cow. You got Carl Tassif. He is a 3. He's also your punt returner. He's a W10. I have to increase this one too. And then oh my goodness, Ray Brown. Holy cow. This is amazing. He's a 4. He's a W12. See if I got any more interceptors here. All right, this guy, Recce Carr. He's a QS2. Let's see. Nope. All right. Don Shinnick. He is a W. How many interceptions did this team have? Shinnick. He is a W7 and a QS2. And then you've got Lincoln. Nope. Anybody else here? Sanford. Did I do him already? Yeah, Leo Sanford. Nutter. Braze. Or Del Braze. He's a QS6. Oh, I didn't put him in here. Okay. He's a 6. Don Joyce. He's a 2. And we've got anybody else? Marchetti. I got him already. Oh, did I spell that wrong? Yeah, that's an I at the end. Anybody else? Anyone else want to do? Oh, who's this guy? Pellington. Did I get him already? Yes. Anybody else want to get sacks, interceptions? Does not look like. Oh, here we go. We got Eugene. Oh, I missed him. All right, he's got to go in the game. Oh, he's a middle linebacker. He's a tackle 5. Okay, that's gonna change things. All right, so we got Nutter. So Nutter's right there. Who's our other outside linebacker? Or who's our other defensive tackle? Parker and Joyce. Do any of them play linebacker? There's Joyce. Nope. And there's Parker. Nope. All right, so Eugene Big Daddy Lipscomb is going to go in for one of these guys. He also plays middle linebacker 4, so I can either put him in here and gain a point there. Oh, I got to put him in for Joyce. Oh, yeah, definitely. So Joyce is coming out. It's going to be Eugene Big Daddy Lipscomb. What a weird, that's a tough name to say. Lipscomb. And he is a 5 on defensive tackle. And he just totally increased that defense. He's a 10. QS 10. And there you have it. There's all the players for this team in terms of their numbers and their locators. And let's see. So now what I'm going to do is tidy this up a little bit. Make me feel... Actually, before I do that, let's move stuff. Because it's going to undo it if I... Yep. All right. So let's see. We're going to do... I don't even need this column, do I? So let's get rid of that column. None. And then this... Let's see. We're going to put those together. We're going to add a right-hand border on these. Get rid of this border. And then add a bottom border to Big Daddy. Format. Add a bottom. And then this one, I'm going to have to leave this one here. And then I got to figure out where to... I'll put that run pass down below it. We'll take this. We'll put it here. And that gives me my percentages. So now I'm ready to go ahead and work all these. So let's go 8, 7, 3, 3, 3. I got to come up with my dice rolls now for my locators. And if you've watched me play, you've seen me roll the black and orange and the green and blue dice. And you wonder where, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these numbers here. I'm going to turn those numbers into these dice rolls right here. So there's 36 total dice rolls. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out, okay, first we're going to sum up the total here. I really hope it's 36. Looks like it's going to be higher. 42. Then we're going to go, okay, we're going to go equals. We're going to divide now. What is this of the total? What percentage is 8 of 42? It's like, what, about 18% or so? So we're going to go N5 divided by N. I'm putting the dollar sign in there because I'm going to drag that down. I don't want this 16 to change. So if you do that, so we're going to drag it down. Now, if I drag the summing across, it should equal 1, which it does. And then that tells us that this guy here had 19% of the receiving target, or I guess catches. Actually, it's probably targets for the card. So maybe it's targets. This guy here only had 4%. So that's what we're getting. Now we got to say, well, what's 19% of the 36 dice rolls? So we're going to go, that would be 5 times 36. And it's going to be 7 total rolls. So if I'll take it all the way down, if I drag this over, it should equal 36. which it does. So now what I'll do is I'll take those numbers and I'm just going to round, and I'm going to do it very quickly. 7. I'm not trying to be exact here. 2.5. See, I don't like 0.5 because they're all going to go to 3. Oh, actually, let's do this. Let's do it over here. 7, 6. If I go 3, that number at the bottom, it needs to stay 36. But because I'm doing, oh, it'll go back down now. 3, 3, and we're going to start going back up now. And then 2. So we're going to have 38. So 2 guys are going to have to lose some of their stats. Let's make it C. So we'll make these 2 guys C's. There was nothing there other than me just going, let's just pick 2 guys at random who aren't Raymond Berry, Lenny Moore, or Jim Mutzkeller, because those are my A's. And those guys aren't going to lose. And then I highlight my A's so I can see them. So he's going to get 7 total dice rolls. So 11 to 21. He's going to get 6, so 22 to 31. He's going to get 3, so 32 to 34. And then we go 35, 36, 41. 3 more, 42 to 44. 3 more is 45 to 51. 52 to 54. If I do this right, I should end at 66. 55, and I'm going to, I can already tell. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, and 66. So now our dice rolls are done for our receiving. So now I can go ahead and roll the dice and pick those up. So let's do the same thing for our running back carries. Let's type the numbers out here. And I'm just going to go through quickly and do this. 82, 37, 33, and 22 equals the sum. And then we're going to get the percentage of each one. So Alan Amici got almost 40% of the running back carries. All right, now let's round it. So 14, 8, 7, 3, 3, 2. That's 1 too many. Let's take the quarterback down because I'm still not sure if some of those are going to be off his card. Again, there was only one 26 or 27 in his passing column, which is the scramble drill. So I don't know. I'm just going to take it off of Unitas. And okay, so 14 is going to be 11 to 32. 8 would be 33 to 44. 45. 7 is always 40. 7 is always whatever the last number is. 5 in this case, it's 5 and 5. 45, 55. It's always, 7 is always that number to that number. So 21 to 31, 33 to 43, that kind of thing. 56 to 62. 63, 64, and 65, 66. Now you got your running back locators. And let's just do that for my own sanity. All right. Oh, that needs a right that needs a border. So we'll go format. Almost done here. I'm not sure who Baltimore plays in week 1, but as soon as I finish my Browns Rams game, I'll switch over and play Baltimore next. So 13, 2, 2, 2, 2, 6, 2, 10. All right, 39. If it's 36, it's fantastic because that means these numbers don't change. But because it's 39, a couple of them are going to change just a hair. A couple of them are going to come down a little bit. In fact, if I wanted to, I could just do this. 5 and 9. Now that equals 36, I don't have to worry about doing the math. So we'll go 11 to 26, 31 to 32, 33 to 34, 35, 36. 41, 42, 43 to 51, 52 and 53, and then he's going to go 54 to 66. That's done. Actually, let's just do this. Let's take 8, 4. Let's see. I don't think I need that one, so let's go 8, 4, 6, 11, 10, 12. Just such a huge. I can't believe 58. I'm gonna have to go look at their interceptions. That is huge. So N 29 divided by N $36. So there's your percentages. Take this across. Equals O 30 times 29. Sorry, times 36. Drag it down. And then we'll round up. So we're going to go 5, 2, 4, 7, 6, 7, 4. So we're going to have one left over here. So whenever there's one, it's only 35. It needs to be 36. So when there's one left over, I'm going to get it to the best one, and that's going to be this guy here. So we'll give it to him. And so we've got an 8, 7, and a 6 for 12, 10, 11. That kind of makes sense to me. So we'll go 11 to 15, 16 and 21, 22 to 25. 7 is going to be 26 to 36. 6 is going to be 41 to 46. 8 is 51 to 62. And then 4 is 63, 64, 65, and 66. One last thing I want to do, I want to pull up their numbers here. So they passed the ball a total of 354 times. This Unitas only started 9 games, played in 10. This George Shaw, 12 games, played in 3. And then Ray Brown, well, he must be the punter or something. He played in all 12. So let's see. Passing, they passed it 354 times. They ran it 456 times. And I use this. I don't do this in 1989, but I use this for determining my dice. So then we'll go equals H 37 divided by H 39 just to get the percentage. And then we'll copy that down. Wait, why did it do that? Is it because it's too big of a number? Oh, what did I do wrong here? Oh, this is got to be 39. Boom. All right. 56%. So they did run 56% of the time. So what I'll do there is I'll adjust my play calling. So instead of 1 through 5 being inside run and 6 through 10 being outside run, I'll do like 1 through 6 is an inside run, and 7 through 11 will be an outside run. That gives me 11 runs versus 9 passes, which is 55-45. So that's kind of where we're at. So there you go. With that, you can see how I create the sheets. That's what I do there, and this is what I'll use. I'll go ahead and save this. And then this is what I'll use when I sit down to play Baltimore and whoever their opponent is in week 1 of 1958. Thanks for watching, everyone.